I'm Stuart Bloor, just been to a Daffabet Welsh Premier League game. TNS beat Airbus UK Broughton 5-0. The holiday begins right now. I'm looking forward to getting some fishing in this week. Let's see how it goes. My first session of the holiday, I'm on the beach right in front of the caravan park. It's not particularly a good time of the day to fish. The tide isn't good either. Conditions are not really ideal, but you know what? I'm fishing and that's what counts, isn't it? And as I always say in my course angling, the same thing is so true whatever type of fishing you do, whether it's coarse, sea or game, as long as you've got a bait in the water, you know what? You've got a chance. And I'm fishing, got 2 rods out there. I've certainly got a chance, haven't I? But above all, I'm enjoying it. It's a lovely, pleasant day, and it's a great day to be alive, and especially to have rods in the water. Service with a smile. Our caravan, well, it's not our own personal one, we're just renting it for the week, is about 30 seconds away from the beach, so my wife brought me a cup of tea. Mind you, I did have to ask for it, but I got one in the end. That's what counts. Following the opening session that you saw on film at Kinmel Bay, I moved further along the coast to Deganwy, near Conwy. I've got the Conwy estuary that I'm fishing into right now, actually. The wind's picked up. In fact, the last clips you saw, that just gave you an idea of just how windy it was. 50-mile-an-hour winds, and I'm not talking about gusts, but continual. Another one of those storms trying to make a name for itself, in this instance, Jake. But although I haven't done any filming, I've done plenty of fishing, and that ultimately is what it's all about. I've enjoyed it. I've caught nothing big at all. As you can see from the photographs on the screen, just small fish. In coarse angling, if we catch a small pike, we call it a jack pike. Well, sea fishermen call a small cod a codling. I think the ones that I've caught have been codling ling. They've been that tiny. Plus the crabs. Absolutely inundated with those creatures. I think they've been queuing up at the places where I've been fishing just to be caught. I've caught loads of them, and of course even more just come off on the retrieve. But I've enjoyed it. It's great to be out here in the fresh air. If I lived by the coast, I would probably be more serious in my sea angling, but I'm only here for a week at a time, and I only fish for a couple of hours or so anyway, because I am on holiday with my wife. But I've really enjoyed it. This morning, for example, 4 red-breasted mergansers flew down towards the open sea. Great to see in nature. Angling, as I always say, as I often say, angling is a perfect platform from which to enjoy the natural world. And right out there to the right of where I am, you can see Anglesey as well. And also, if I go a little bit further up the bank, because I've dropped down into the estuary at low water, you can see Puffin Island as well. It sounds like something from the famous 5, doesn't it? Anyway, I'm on my own adventure today, and it would be nice to catch another fish, maybe another small codling, but a flounder would be a bonus, I think. I caught absolutely nothing as far as fish were concerned at Conwy this morning, but I did catch loads of crabs. They were queuing up to be caught. Anyway, whether you're at home or on holiday like I am this week, you always need a good local. And I'm not talking about the pub, I'm referring to fishing tackle shops. And this is mine. Let's take a look inside. Hello, Darren.
How are you? Okay?
You okay?
Yes, not
Yeah.
so bad.
Well, I've come for some bait today, so we'll get all that sorted out in a moment. But first of all, how long have you been here?
We've been here, it'll be 22 years in May. So we've been here quite a long time. We used to have 2 shops, but now it's just down to 1. So everything's a bit crammed in.
And I must say as well, though you say it's crammed, it looks very well ordered and everything has its right place.
Well, we try to be. It makes it much easier if it's in order.
So it's like a TARDIS really, quite small from the outside, but when you come in, lots of stuff here.
Yeah, very much so, yes.
Now, holiday makers like me, you must get lots of people who come up on holiday looking for a good tackle shop. Well, I'm giving you a recommendation now, of course, because I've been coming here for some years. So folks are in the area, what sort of advice could you give them on a weekly fishing experience?
Well, first thing I do is check the local shop. We got a website, which is Geoff's Tackle and Bait.
And it's a good website as well.
We do a rough guide to the local fishing on there. Tells you generally what's being caught at the time of year, because it changes down to the weather and time of year. So at the moment it's mainly small biting dabs along the coast.
I know about small fish this week. That's been my experience so far. Plus millions of crabs.
Yes. Oh yeah.
And of course you've got the tide tables on there. That's important for sea anglers.
Yes. Yeah. We put the local tides for the 10-day period, which is on pretty much all the time. That's local to Rhyl, so it gives people an idea what time the tide is.
So novices who want to take up sea angling for the first time, you've actually got a good choice of budget rods and reels to get them on the way.
Yeah, sea fishing wise, the general starter setup, which is like rod, reel and line, is $29.99, and then goes up from there. You can pay as much as you want. Really.
Of course. That's fantastic, because lots of people like me live in the centre of England, perhaps love the coarse fishing, but don't really do a lot of sea angling, or maybe have never done any at all, so they can come on holiday for 30 quid, get themselves set up, see if they like it or not, and then, like I've done over the years, gradually progress and move up the scale.
People start with the cheap combinations, and then if they find they're enjoying it and they're doing it more and more, then they upgrade to whatever level they want to, really. So you can spend as much as you want or as little as you want.
Well, that's fantastic. Thank you for your time today, Darren.
No
really appreciate it. I've always found it to be very helpful, and no doubt anyone who's going to come in the future will also tick that box as well. Right, let's get on to the bait.
Okay.
I publish an angling blog every Saturday, and this is the 662nd consecutive week that I've done so. People say it's dedication, it's commitment. Well, I suppose it is, but it's also a labour of love as well. To read the blog, go to the comments box here on YouTube and click the link. And the website address for my site is actually on the screen right now. I'm in Rhyl Harbour now. It's a very low tide this week, so I've had to drop down on the beach. I like to fish off the promenade. That's not possible. The rods are out. I've got a third rod, and that is going to be fished by none other than TNS's Kai Edwards, Mr. Versatile on the pitch, left back, right back, centre midfielder. Very comfortable wherever he plays, but what will he be like with a rod in his hand? Well, he's due to arrive any moment now. We'll find out. Well, Kai, you're actually fishing for the first time in your life. You've even made your own cast as well.
First time fishing in Rhyl Harbour. Cast it out. It was good, wasn't it? It was a good cast.
It was very good. I was impressed. I think we could have a professional in the making.
Hopefully I get a catch tonight. But we'll see. We'll see.
Well, while we're being filmed, of course, we're watching the rods. That's important, because we're waiting for that all-important little tap.
Little tap out, and then there's a fish on the end. Then
there's a fish on the end. Unfortunately, I did say previously that the tides aren't very good, so we could have ticked maybe a few boxes that would have given us a better chance. But you know what?
If your bait's in the water, you've always got a chance.
Yeah, as long as your bait's in the water, we've got a chance. And we've actually got 3 rods between us and 8 baited hooks.
So there's a chance there.
So we've got a very good chance indeed. I'm hopeful that you'll catch your first ever fish.
Let's hope.
And back to the little chat we had at Park Hall recently. Will it be that big or will it be that big? It doesn't matter,
well,
just catch.
Yeah, just a catch will do for the first time, but obviously the bigger the better.
Okay, as a footballer, you're a professional full-time footballer. How competitive does that make you in things like this today? You know, do you have that part of you that wants to catch?
Well, yeah, part of me that wants to catch, but obviously it's my first time. I'm more thinking, sort of learning it as I'm going. But once I start going a couple of times, it'll be a competition to see who gets first between me and yourself. But,
so you've cast out once.
I've cast out once, so I'm just hopeful at the moment. Hopefully, just a catch. But then if I come a couple of more times, there'll be a little bit of competition.
So you're taking your baby steps, but already you're looking forward to adolescence and beyond as an angler.
Looking to the future.
Well, I must say, and I mean this most sincerely, if only one fish is caught this evening, I hope that you catch it.
Oh, thank you very much.
Well, we've been here a couple of hours, Kai.
2 hours now, is it?
And we've emptied the sea, haven't we?
There's nothing left after all them catching all them fish.
Yeah, we've blanked so far. But you're still hopeful?
Well, still hopeful. Another cast out, and then see how it goes. Hopefully there's something before we head off home, but hopefully I don't go home empty-handed.
Yeah, well, I'm desperate for you to catch your first fish.
I hope so, Rev. I hope so.
But Newtown on Saturday. Let's talk football. Newtown on Saturday in the JD Welsh Cup.
Yeah, Welsh Cup quarter-final, so it's a big game. It should be a good game against Newtown, which are obviously a great team and that. So it'll be a tough test, but hopefully we can come away and go into the next round.
Hopefully be more successful on Saturday.
Well, hopefully, yeah.
than we've been here today.
Hopefully more successful than we first out and fishing, but we'll see.
Okay. Anyway, hopefully we will be back with another update and a fish.
Let's see.
Even though I only caught small codling along the way, plus loads and loads of crabs, nevertheless, I've still enjoyed it, and that is what angling is all about. Fishing with Kai Edwards. When I got back to the caravan, I had a text waiting for me, and he said that he enjoyed it so much that catching a fish is now on his 2016 bucket list. Well, it's also on mine as well. I took him to a spot that I've caught loads and loads of small fish from before, so I know that there's fish out there. But unfortunately, on the day we turned up, nothing at all. But do you know what? The tides have not been very good at all this week. The conditions, as far as ticking the boxes that you would want to tick for a successful week's fishing on holiday, well, I'm afraid those boxes have remained unticked. But that's fishing for you. It's like life, isn't it? Things don't always work out our way, but I'll tell you what, I'll be back next week with more tales from the water's edge.